In our next session, we explore how women can turn their passions into meaningful impact, from creating inclusive events to enhancing emotional well-being. So, please join me in welcoming to the stage Lena AlAmeel, founder and creatrix of Barriya. Hi. Zenah Albahiti, certified fitness trainer. Welcome. And your moderator, Samar, Khouri, reporter at Forbes Middle East.
Thank you very much, Claudine. How are you guys doing? All good? Thank you very much for joining us today. So I wanted to say that every time I speak to a woman entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and I ask them about their, their business or their passion, they just light up. They're so passionate about what they do. It's just incredible to see, and they turn that passion into impact. I'd like to start off with you, Lena. So, you're founder and creatrix of Barriya. First question, what is Creatrix?
Creatrix. Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yes.
Is that on? Okay. Creatrix is a female creator that usually works on a bigger scale, like on a spiritual level as well.
Hello? Okay.
Hello? Oh. So Creatrix is a female creator who creates on a bigger scale, on even a spiritual level as well.
So you're a founder and creatrix of Barriya. So how did your passion for creativity evolve into founding Barriya, and what impact did you aim to create through your work?
Well, it actually happened by coincidence. I never intended to create a business. I had just quit my job and wanted to do something just for fun. I've always wanted to create a social business, but I never had any idea in mind. So I thought, well, since I have some time off, let me see if I can just make something, like a small project. And I thought, we have a farm, let's do a retreat. And even before I actually launched that one-time retreat, I've been getting all that inspiration, and even about how to make it into the social aspect of it. And I was just literally following the thread, and to me it was like the business was creating itself, and I was just going along with it. So it was never like two separate things.
Did you sort of find a gap in the market, or is something that you were just passionate about, you didn't really think twice?
It wasn't like I never analyzed anything. As I was saying, I was just following the thread, and then things were coming into place. But with more and more products, I personally don't have passion to create something that's already in the market. And part of what I do in creativity is creating something that's a little bit different, a little bit unique, and probably something that people have never experienced before. So that is how I grew into developing my own products and my own programs, as well as in creating our herbal tea line, which is, I know it's a gap in the market because we don't have 100% Saudi herbal tea. So that's
amazing. That's amazing. Zenah, I'd like to move on to you. So you're a certified fitness trainer, but you specialize in tango dance.
Yes.
How did your passion for tango dance evolve into a career, especially in Saudi? Because I think you mentioned earlier that you sort of launched a tango dance in 15 years ago. Is that it?
Yes.
So can you delve more into your passion, and what impact do you hope to have through your work?
First of all, thank you for having me here. It's an honor to be here amongst all these inspiring ladies today. And hopefully this talk... Sorry, I muted. Hopefully this talk will inspire more women to step forward and create, transform their passion into an actual career. I started tango dance almost 15 years ago when I was living in Dubai. I was studying marketing in the American University. And I wanted something more. I felt like I didn't want to just study. I want to find something that can spice up my life. And ever since I was a little girl, I loved dancing and fitness. So I think, I took it from there. I searched for a dance class, and all I found was salsa, the usual is salsa. So I thought tango was something catchy, and when I stumbled upon it by accident, actually, in a class, I fell in love with it. Because it's not only a dance, it's a connection to yourself and to your mind and to your body, as well as mixing with the rhythm of the music and the movement. So when I came back to Saudi, I was like, how am I going to start? You know, it was too early for even music. And yet alone today, the music industry is booming. So that's why dance is special, and it comes along hand in hand with music.
Why did you decide to sort of open this up in Saudi? Is there a specific reason?
Actually, after I graduated from college, I never thought that I should apply for a job. I wanted to pursue my passion. I wanted to share how I feel with everyone else. I wanted to let people know how it feels, what effect does it have on their body, on their mind. And I see it now, because when I started 15 years ago, it was only for ladies only classes. So I used to mix it with fitness, and also it was like a prerequisite for a tango for couples. So today, when I actually, let's say, I started during COVID, which was a big challenge. My tango instructor is Colombian. He's actually in Dubai. And I told him, you know what? Let's bring tango to Saudi. Because I usually fly to Dubai to dance tango, right? So I'm like, you know what? Let's bring it here. And he's like, really? Are you sure? I'm like, let's just take a leap of faith on this. So, you know, in COVID days, everybody's wearing a mask. Everybody's scared to socialize. Everybody's scared to even talk to anyone like this. So it was actually a success. We had a lot of registrations. Strangers don't know each other. They were wearing masks, creating a beautiful, beautiful dance in that moment.
Tell me more about that. How was the turnout from when you launched to now? Have you been seeing increased interest in tango dance?
Yeah, there was a gap after COVID. And for us to launch tango in Saudi Arabia, it was a huge thing, because not everybody wants to dance with strangers or even touch a person they don't know. So what I do is usually we do ladies only, and like a solo dance and more choreography, and then we lead to couples, for example. The first launch after COVID, I worked with a company here, and we launched a huge social dance, and it was tango. And we advertised for it, and we got almost 100 plus people attending and just interested in learning what's so special about this dance, you know, because it's like a meditation. It's not only a dance, it's meditation, it's art, it's reconnecting to yourself again. So seeing the impact of people dancing and how they feel afterwards, how, like, it says it on their faces. For me, this alone defines success.
I wanted to mention about delve into more about mental well-being in fitness and tango dance, but I'd like to just move on, go back to Lena. So you're more into creative wellness, and you know, tell me more about nature connection and why it's important for women and creativity.
So our whole can you hear me? So our whole methodology is based on nature, using nature as our main tool. And when we talk about creativity, we talk about creativity in the bigger sense. So it's not just arts and, you know, your business and so on, but how do you create things within yourself, your values, your dreams, even your personal identity? And we use nature as our main tool. So when we speak about nature connection, that's something that can be very inspiring for your creative process, but can also support your well-being. And when we speak about women, and specifically when women go out to nature more, they are more connected to their own intuition. Their intuition starts to develop, their instincts start to develop. Barriya is an Arabic word that literally translates to wilderness, but you can also think of it as the wild woman. And the more when women go out to nature, they can connect to their own wild self. They can create their true authentic self by connecting with nature, because it's so raw and it's so authentic. And once they have that conversation through the form of play, and I literally mean literally having a conversation with nature using your imagination.
I mean, you're also doing your part in helping, nature, the environment in general. Is it true that with each order, 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide is reduced and one tree is planted? Is
Well,
that?
Yeah, it looks, though it looks like a big number, it isn't. Because when I started as I mentioned, like I didn't want to do a business unless it was a social business, and the whole name says nature on it, on the whole thing, and we use nature as our main tool. So when we start our products, we want to have, we love nature, we want to take care of the environment, environmentally and socially. So when we design our products, we try and see how can we actually include nature in the whole process in terms of having sustainable packaging, sustainable processes, socially and environmentally. And there are so many tools. Even as a startup, you can actually start doing things. You can even choose to pay a little bit higher for the right things if they're available. Doing something that's completely environmentally is challenging, but there are options, and we kind of want to consider that in the whole process. So for that, we actually collaborate with one of the international vendors who take care of that. We just pay them a small amount, and for a small business, that's very, very
A
accessible.
small impact can have a very big impact. Yes, yeah. Zenah, I'd like to just move on to you and get your thoughts on how can you see the connection between, physical fitness or tango dance, specifically, and mental well-being?
First of all, we all know what fitness does to your body and mind. If fitness itself releases endorphins in the brain, imagine what dance would do. I mean, there's a very, very scientific research that dance enhances your memory. And not only that, but it's a de-stressor, it's anti-anxiety. So it's like a venting tool to use. Even if you're so busy at work, try something new, de-stress, connect back to yourself. I always say tango is not for everyone, honestly. Tango is for people who want to connect to themselves, who want to sit down with their feelings and know how to express them through movement.
That's honestly true. I mean, fitness, exercise, dancing really is a stress reliever. It's something that we really need. This is actually my last question, unfortunately. So what advice would you give to someone who'd want to turn their passion into something bigger? It can be a business or anything else. It doesn't have to be very business-focused answer. It can be anything.
I would say the best thing to do is do what you love. I mean, I know it's a cliche, but truly, when you do what you love, you're going to be passionate about it, and then you're going to excel. And it's not only in a business-oriented mindset. It's also when you give that energy and transfer it to other people and see how it impacts them, that alone gives you the strength to keep going, to keep moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lena, anything to add? Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Well, yeah, I would like to. I mean, I agree with her, and to me, it's like following that spark of joy that you get. Maybe even remembering what sparked that joy when you were a child, and doing that just for the sake fun of it. Going out and literally playing with no purpose in nature, not having any target to create or anything, and then allowing that whole process to come to you, I guess, just by going out and playing a little bit more in life. And that's the whole point, is to do a little bit, have a little bit of fun and create joy.
That's so true. Thank you so much, ladies. I can talk to you all day about this.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Can
you
I
so
add
much.
something
Yeah,
before
sure.
First of all, thank you so much. I want to add that I have a workshop at 4 p.m. and I'm expecting all the ladies here to be there. Come try out tango. You'll never regret it.
Thank you so much.